All right, so here we're looking at substitution. Now, substitution is a part of algebra where you replace the letters in a formula or an equation with numbers that the letters represent. So if we start with a simple example like 4x, there's a little term there, and I'm going to tell you that x equals 3. Well, if x is 3, then 4x, which we know is 4 times x, really, is going to turn into 4 times 3, because x is 3, and 4 times 3 is 12. So if x is 3, then 4x is 12. But they're not usually that straightforward. So if we look at one that's more complicated, if we say that 2a plus 4b over 2, and I'm going to say that a is 2 and b is 10. So we replace the letters with the numbers that they represent. So 2a becomes 2 times 2, 4b becomes 4 times 10, and then the 2 is just going to stay as a 2. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 4 times 10, which is 40, divided by 2. Well, that's 44 divided by 2, which is 22. So 2a plus 4b divided by 2 is 22 when a is 2 and b is 10. Let's have a look at another one where we've got letters, the same letter in multiple places. So if I have 3c plus 2d over 4 plus c. So I've got c in 2 different places there. Let's make c 6 and d 3, and let's see if that works out. So 3c, well, that's going to be 3 times 6, and 3 times 6 is 18. So 3c turns into 18. 2d, well, d is 3, so 2 times d, 2 times 3 is 6, divided by 4 plus c. Now c is 6, so 4 plus c is going to be 10. 18 plus 6 is 24, divided by 10 is 2.4. So every time you're just replacing the letters with the numbers that you're told those letters are equal to. One thing just to be careful of, if I take this 4x over here, when x was 3, we did 4 times 3. We didn't write 4, 3, like 43. We don't do that because that doesn't just mean 4 and then an x, it means 4 times x, so it should mean 4 times 3 when we replace the x with 3. Right, so here are some questions that you can have a go at if you want. If you want to pause the video here and have a go, that's absolutely fine. Or you can just keep watching as I talk through the answers. So pause here if you want to have a go. And I'm going to talk through. So 2d plus 3c divided by c when d is 4 and c is 2. Well, 2d is 2 times 4, so that's going to be an 8, plus 3c, but c is 2, so 3 times 2 is 6. Divided by c, where c is 2. 8 plus 6 is 14, divided by 2 is just 7. So 2d plus 3c divided by c, when d is 4 and c is 2, is 7. Now this one's more complicated because we've got some more multiplying and we've got squared in there, but we just do the same thing as before. So 4ab, that's going to be 4 times a, which is 5, times b, which is 3. So that's what the 4ab turns into. Take away 2a squared. Well, that's 2 times, a is 5, so it's 2 times 5 squared. 4 times 5 is 20, and 20 times 3 is 60, so that's what that turns into. 5 squared is 25, multiplied by 2 is 50, and 60 take away 50 is 10. So 4ab minus 2a squared is 10. So that substitution, you just replace the letters with the numbers that you're told the letters are equal to. The only extra thing to be mindful of is what we talked about up here, where you have to remember lots of timesing. 4x means 4 times x, so you have to remember to do the multiplication when you replace the x with a number. But that's it, that's substitution. Hope that helped.